this one Dragonfly cell has a code in it that in essence gives it the ability to 3D print out a dragonfly. It would take 1,750 textbooks with 1,000 pages in each. That's how long the code would be to print out a dragonfly. Those 1,750 textbooks have to be duplicated every time one cell turns into 2 and 2 into 4. Here we're going to zoom down into one chromosome of the dragonfly, and we can see that it is being pulled apart by these cables called spindle fibers. And this is called the kinetic core. And there are thousands of microscopic robots. There's 200 different kinds of robots, but there are thousands of microscopic robots that are going down inside this chromosome and finding a way to pull apart this chromosome at the molecular level. Now we're going to take a look at how we make parts for the dragonfly. So here's code, 3D code coming from the nucleus, and as this code is fed through a factory, it begins to assemble different parts for the dragonfly. Here you can see the code going in. It's just a very precise sequence of signals that tells the cell to assemble an amino acid chain, which is basically folds itself into these three-dimensional parts that are then used to assemble the dragonfly, such as the veins or the membrane or the nerves. These protein puzzle pieces then are assembled into robots. Here's one of my favorite cellular robots called a protein motor. And this protein motor is pulling around a storage tank inside the cell. Hi, I'm Rob Fogg, and I hope you enjoyed this summary of amazing dragonfly structures. I know it sounds kind of geeky, but I think it's relevant to what we're working with today. These astonishing structures were grown out of single cells, and those single cells have a code in them that is voluminous, right? It's huge. 1,750 volumes, 1,000 pages thick. That code has to be in a specific order, just like the structure of a sentence and a paragraph in a very long book has. If all we have is this complex code, it does tell us, I believe, that there's an intelligent design at work. But if that's all we have, it leaves us kind of guessing as to what that intelligent design is. But when you consider the historical Jesus, he demonstrates consistently having the power over living things. That really, when you look at what he did, and this is historical, he demonstrated control over the cellular level. And I think that's relevant when we look at, is he God? He then goes on to die for our sins and rises from the dead, and he offers life to anyone who would call on his name. I think that's significant. I chose to call on his name. It's the smart thing. Blessings.